You are listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
Oh, don't buy those. Those are just for little ladybugs.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I am your host, the Outlaw LA Red. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. And it has been a crazy, crazy week. Hopefully you watched some of our other stuff that came out last week, especially that Pride episode with Sunny that we dropped on Friday. That was awesome. And by the way, right now, if you go to prowrestlingtees.com/Masked Republic, there is a Pride t-shirt on there. It's a rainbow Masked Republic logo shirt that's pretty badass. And you can get, I think it's only $20 or $19.99, and all 100% of the proceeds go to LGBTQ charities. So check that shirt out if you have a chance, and definitely go back and watch that episode with Sunny Kiss. I just finished watching it myself because we're taping this few days or on the actual day that it dropped, and it was pretty fun to go back and hear Sunny kind of talking about his whole experience and just what it means to him to be a gay performer in wrestling. So please check that out. And also Lil Cholo and El Mariachi Loco, the what do they call themselves? The Lucha what? The Lucha Homies?
The Lucha Homies.
Yeah.
That was for Lucha Homie television soon.
That was good stuff.
Doing a web series.
And thank everybody for watching that too and doing all the things. What are the things? The rating, the subscribing.
Rate, review, subscribe,
like,
tell all your friends.
Reviewing.
Retweeting.
Yeah.
And
leave comments.
And people feel free to watch wherever. You know, our show is in so many different places. We're finding, you know, that there's pockets of people watching on Spot or listening on Spotify. There's a ton of people on iTunes. I think iTunes is probably one of the biggest ones. There's people watching the video version on YouTube. That's also available on the video page on LuchaCentral.com. And keep it up and make sure you hit up our other homies and the other shows. Like the Fabi Chulo show was great. Straight Out of the Bodega is great. Definitely a lot of these shows, the Lucha Central weekly recap, great. Every time we get to hear Denise's voice, great. I like Denise's voice, man. I can't lie. I like it.
By the way, I'm wrestling belts for sale.
What are you selling still? Go ahead and shill whatever you're selling.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, that's at Byron Fever. Sell your thing at Byron Fever.
Check out at Byron Fever on Twitter, and then you can also find a short film that I made called Delusions of Morons. No one here helps me with it.
Okay.
And also, no one here helped you with it. I had you and your tidy whiteys to help you with that thing. Are you kidding me?
We shot that scene 3 times.
I did not get paid. Apparently, I'm like some very high producer on this short, by the way. Oh, nothing.
You were paid in title, not in money. That
does happen.
Trade.
That does happen.
I know.
See, what happens is I'm not going to pay you, but I try and get the next person to pay you for me.
Okay, great. And up there we have at Meefloaf. Meef with an F. Meefloaf.
Oh, we don't call him that anymore. We call him Sergeant Slammer now.
Sergeant Slammer.
The European version of Meefloaf.
You have him muted, Byron. You have Sergeant Slammer muted.
Meef, you can unmute yourself. Casey does it all the time.
I will not be censored
here. You do it to me, so if you mute me, that's it.
He's being respectful of your producing.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, that's Meefloaf. How you doing, Meef?
Speaking of which, I'm all right. It's late. Someone didn't put me in the credits of their film, though. Could just put me in there for a laugh.
Yeah, for a laugh, Byron.
For a laugh?
Please, come on.
I could have been executive producer.
It took me like 3 days to render the output of my movie, so any edit I had to make to the credits,
like when you spelled my last name wrong,
my computer.
Which happened.
And that over there is the Lucha Gringo, the Professor Casey at Lucha Gringo on Twitter. Hi. What's up, Case?
Not much, dude. The Move Maker dropped for Fire Pro, and I've been trying to make moves and stuff. It's very complicated, but I am making headway.
Making headway. All right, so we didn't get that one guest, but we had this other guest planned for today anyway that I think is a very, very interesting story. This young man got to star in a WWE Mattel commercial for the new action figures with Braun Strowman and Kofi Kingston. Let's bring him in, Byron.
Yeah, I almost forgot.
You almost forgot how to do it. What's up, James? How's it going, brother?
Hello, sir.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
So, James, tell us a little bit about this commercial. We hear it's run on the WWE network. It's been on Fox. There's a huge behind the scenes making of it thing that you get a ton of time talking all about it. Tell us a little bit about what this commercial is. What goes on in the actual commercial?
I mean, so in the commercial, I'm like in my house alone, and then Braun Strowman and Kofi Kingston come up to the door, and we basically just play with the new action figures and show them off, and they're pretty cool. The action figures are really cool.
That sounds like a dream come true. Like,
how does one play with action figures with a guy the size of Braun Strowman? How do you play with Braun Strowman?
I mean, I don't know. Isn't really explaining it. It's just like.
What did you guys have, like a ring or something, or what?
Yeah, there's like a play ring. It was pretty cool, and there were like a bunch of action figures around and stuff, and we could just like pick them up and play with them inside the ring.
But when he picks up a figure, you can't see it anymore, right? Because it's like all.
No, you can still see it. He'll like hold it by the legs.
Kind of like.
So, what was it like meeting those guys? Is Braun Strowman big as he seems?
Braun Strowman is huge, man. He's huge. I mean, he's like 6'7" or 6'8", and that's big. Especially for a guy like me. My dad's 6 feet tall, and I've never really seen anyone taller than that. So, it was pretty insane.
Yeah, he seems like a big dude. How was Kofi? Did Kofi give you pancakes?
Yes.
What? For real? I was kidding. Did he carry pancakes around with him or something?
I mean, he didn't really carry pancakes around, but there were pancakes in the facility.
Were they good?
Pretty hilarious. I don't think.
So I think we lost you for a second there, James. Did we lose him, Byron?
Yeah, he's moving very slow. All right, you're saying about the pancakes? Go into detail, please.
I mean. There were pancakes in the facility, but I don't think I actually had any.
Oh, that might be smart. They might have just been.
That was smart.
No further questions.
So how did you get involved in doing stuff like this? Have you been acting before? Is this a normal thing?
Yeah, I've been acting. I mean, I acted a bit when I was a little kid, and then my sister started getting into it, and I was like, okay, this is cool. So why don't I get into it too? So I started doing commercials and stuff, and this was my most recent one. It was like right before quarantine started, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, now, see, that was another question I had, because I read some of the comments on the YouTube version of the video, and people were saying, oh, well, that's not very good social distancing and quarantining, but this was before that then.
Yeah, that was before that.
Okay, yeah, people don't seem to understand that, like, you don't make a commercial and then it's out like 2 days later. It takes
it takes weeks, sometimes even months to edit the commercial. It takes a long time to film and produce a commercial.
How many commercials have you been in? What else have you done?
Good question. I've been in quite a lot over the past 3 or 4 years. I know I've done a couple for Honda. I did one for Go-Go Squeeze, which was cool. Go-Go Squeeze are like these little pouches full of like mashed up fruits and stuff, and they're pretty good. I did one for this fig bar company. That was also good. And I can't really remember anything else than that.
There's that one health one where you're getting your height measured. It's on the news every single day for like 2 years. Yeah. Channel 4 News every morning.
I don't really watch the news much, so I wouldn't know.
That's a good choice.
Probably smart these days. I think my notes here say that you also did a Kool-Aid commercial and you got to work with the Kool-Aid Man.
What?
Yeah, I did.
Dude.
Did he do like the
that.
yeah
action figures and Kool-Aid?
Yeah, he did. I mean,
wow.
I'm pretty sure the oh yeah was like somewhere else because I didn't actually get to hear it, but it was in the commercial and it was pretty cool.
That's amazing, dude.
That's awesome.
Meet the Kool-Aid Man.
So, okay, we got to ask you about Kofi and Braun.
Yeah.
First of all, here's the toughest question. Which guy do you like more? Which one's your favorite between Braun and Kofi?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. And
I mean, Braun's the champ right now, but Kofi's been the champ, and Kofi's held more belts than Braun. He always does that cool thing where he never touches the floor during the Rumble.
Yeah.
Can I say neither?
But then,
because I really don't have a preference. I don't have a preference.
Neither is in somebody else you like more than both of them, or neither is in you can't pick between the two.
Neither is in I can't pick between the two.
Okay.
Well, so who are some of your favorites then?
I mean, Kofi and Braun are both favorites of mine. They have been for a long time. Both the other guys in New Day.
Biggie and
yeah. Xavier Woods. Yeah. Both been definitely big fans of them. Seth Rollins I've always liked. I don't know why. AJ Styles and John Cena. Those are kind of like my favorites.
Okay, now James, I have a question for you because we know Braun Strowman has won the tag titles with a kid before, with Nicholas. If you had to pick one WWE superstar to be your tag partner to win the tag titles, who would you pick?
Wow, you're stumped.
Probably Braun.
Oh.
All right. You're gonna have to
He's won the tag title with a kid before, so.
It's a good
precedent. Have you ever met John Cena?
Yeah, I met him. Funny story, actually. We were just going shopping at this random Ralph's after like a Renaissance fair or something. I don't know. And he was there in a suit and tie and everything. He was just strolling down the aisles buying stuff, and it was hilarious.
That's amazing. So what did he say? Did he say anything to you, or you just got a chance to meet him?
I'm pretty sure we just got a picture.
That's
I remember. It was a bit ago.
It's so weird that he dresses better going grocery shopping than he does in the ring.
I mean, if you dress well in the ring, your suit's gonna get wrecked.
That's true. That is a good point.
True.
It's a very good point.
Strong in a suit still?
Say again?
Does he still look really strong if he's wearing a suit with all the muscles?
Yeah. I mean, there isn't really anything else to say about that. I mean, the suit he was wearing was like super tight on him. Like, it was funny. It was really funny.
That's funny.
So the figures themselves, you got to play with them all day with two WWE superstars. I'm sure that's the dream of every kid out there.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, but what figures did you like the most? Was there one that you were just like, oh, that's so cool, I can't wait for other people to get a chance to play with these? Because you got to play with them before they were even released.
All of them. I mean, all of them were so detailed. They were just great figures. They were detailed. They had a lot of moving parts, and the ring was really cool to play with too, because there were a lot of things you could kind of interact with. Like the mat was kind of bouncy, and the ropes weren't just like pieces of plastic. You could like bounce off the ropes and stuff, and it was pretty cool.
See, back in my day, we just had the rubber ones that you could make jump and do a splash, and that was about it.
Oh yeah, they didn't even move their arms. They're all like this, and
that was it. They were just in a pose, but their feet would kind of bounce. So if you pushed them down, they would kind of spring forward and do like a splash or a slam or something.
And if you threw King Kong Bundy at someone, you might actually kill them because it was just a big piece of rubber like that.
Just a big rubber brick. So James, what else are you into? Are you a gamer? Are you into?
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I play Fortnite and Valorant a lot. Those are my two main games. And
I just started playing Fortnite. Maybe I've killed you in that game.
I doubt it.
I think
I'm pretty good.
Well, by pretty good, you mean like you have some kind of clan or posse that you roll with and beat people up in tournaments, or what?
Pretty much. I mean, I am in like a team for Fortnite.
See, this is what I'm
gamers,
telling you,
like-
Byron. We should be doing this is how we should be making money. Like video games should be our side hustle. We've got this game that the four of us play, James, that's called Predator Hunting Grounds. And if you come into that game against us, I guarantee you we will knife you and make you not wish that you'd ever play the game.
But you'll probably kill Byron.
No,
that's guaranteed.
Can you get it on
What?
PC, or do you have to play it on like a console or something?
It's PC
and
and
PlayStation.
PS4. Yeah.
Alright, if I got it on PC, I might manage because
I mean,
pretty
it's
nifty
easier
with
on
a mouse and
PC if
keyboard.
you need the help, you know?
okay.
But
So-
yeah, we play with a strict code of honor in that game, knives only, and you don't mud up.
Yeah, because you
No
put
guns.
mud on you so that the predator can't use his heat vision to see you in the level.
But we want him to see us, and we welcome the fight.
Yes.
Okay.
We have taken
That's
down
the-
several predators with just knives.
Yeah.
How
kinda
many
frightening.
predators are there in the game? Like just
Well,
is there
every
just
time you
one,
start,
or-
you're against one every time you start, and then there's like computer characters that you're also against that are coming after you, and you're trying to do a mission, and then the predator tries to show up and take you out. So
So
it's
it's
kind
like,
of
it's like, hey guys, go over here and take out this drug lord and blow up his stuff, but the predator's trying to kill you while you're trying to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
so it
That
turns
seems
into a crazy free for all at times. I think you would dig it.
It's pretty
So,
fun.
all right, James, put your thing over. So, who's this crew that you roll with in these video games? Who are you terrorizing with? Are you in like the FaZe clan or something? Are you in?
No, I'm not in FaZe Clan. I'm not that good. My team's called Team 200. I started it myself, and my members and I, we're pretty good. We play games. We
Are you the
win.
captain of the
That's pretty
team
much
then?
it.
He sounds
Yeah,
modest. I bet he's
I
wrecking.
Are you the
started it.
chief? What's your rank?
I'm whatever the highest rank is. I don't really know.
So you
Stop counting on you, bro.
So you have how many people in your organization work underneath you now?
I mean, it's not really an organization because I don't pay people. I can't pay people.
No, that's good. I did
I don't
that on
have
my
any
movie.
money
It's a
to
great
do
trick.
Yeah,
I think
ask Casey
there's-
about not getting paid.
Yeah, never work for Byron, James. Never work for Byron. He'll not.
Yeah, I didn't even get
Already
gas
using the same
money.
tricks without me having to teach them.
I mean, I think I have like 2 or 3 other people in my team, but it doesn't really matter if there's that many people because we're insane anyways.
Yeah.
All right. And
So
you
if-
have YouTube or something? Where can people find you?
I mean, yeah, I do have a YouTube. My YouTube is 200 space IGL, all caps.
And you just have like gameplay stuff
yeah.
there?
I'm
That's
gonna
pretty
have
dope.
a Valorant video up later today.
Nice.
If I were to play Fortnite at some point, how can I find you?
He's the guy killing you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Who sends you an invite, Byron?
What versions do you play? Do you do a team of? I just found out you could do a team of 4. My friend and I were doing a team of 2, and we saw 4 people gang up and kill us, and we thought they were cheating until we realized.
So y'all were duo squatting. You were going
We're
into
duo
a squads
squad.
game. You were going into a game where usually there's 3 or 4 people in a team, but you guys were only 2 people.
Yeah,
That's what
and my
happened.
friend's really good, and I am not any good.
And
so-
the rest of us
Surprise.
weren't even invited, so we couldn't help
No.
him.
I
I mean,
can't
there
help
is
them
a
at all. I
mode
can't play that game.
specifically for
Old
teams
people?
of 2 people.
Oh.
No, not for old people. There's,
I'm not that old. I'm yeah.
Can I still play as a stormtrooper from Star Wars?
No,
You
that's
have to-
gone. I mean,
Aw.
the skins might come in the shop if they ever do like a collaboration again, but probably not. I doubt
Do
it.
you have any tips on how to be good at Fortnite?
Yeah, see, Byron, this is what I'm finding out. You first have to have played like 3.5 years of Minecraft so that you know how to build. And then you need to add in some
that's
like
not it.
Halo or
Building
Call
in
of Duty
Fortnite is different
skills.
from
I
building in
played Halo.
Minecraft.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Pieces are way bigger than pieces in Minecraft. You can do a lot more and a lot less with them, and there's actual physics.
All right.
So no, you don't need to go play Minecraft if you want to get good at Fortnite.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
tell me how to be good. I have a pen and paper.
All right, wait.
My
Go ahead, kid.
My only tips are just practice a lot. The more you practice, the better you get. I mean,
do you have anything that's less work?
Say again.
Do you have anything that's less work? Like, is there
he's looking for a cheat code, and
he's always looking for.
When we were kids,
There's-
James, we had
there's
cheat
no
codes.
There's no cheat code. I do not condone hacking. That's not good. You will get banned. Don't hack.
See,
There is no cheat code. There is no getting better at the game without putting hard work into it.
Byron, my notes say that you're talking to the wrong guy about cheating. This kid has a 2nd-degree black belt. Is that true?
Yeah.
You say yeah.
in what?
And how old are you?
12.
How does one get a 2nd-degree black belt at 12 years old?
Good question.
How long were you
don't
doing
know.
it? What do you
I
mean you
did
don't
karate since I was.
The
I did
answer.
karate. That's what I have my black belt in. Karate. I did it for like 8 or 9 years. I've been doing it since I was 2. I stopped the curriculum I was doing around last year, like the beginning of last year.
You got so good that you just stopped?
I mean,
You
there
just got
wasn't
to the
really,
end?
there
Nice.
wasn't really anywhere else I could go. I just
You
got
could
to
get
the
stripes
end
on your
and,
black belt.
Well, but so then you could probably take out Kofi or Braun then, huh?
No.
Definitely
I
Byron.
mean,
Take one of
I
those guys?
might.
One of them, but maybe not
I'm-
both.
I might have the skills to, but I don't have any strength. I'm a stick.
Let's say Braun wanted your headphones. What would you do to him?
Groin strike, James. Groin strike.
Knee to a groin.
I mean,
Sweep the leg.
I would just give him my headphones because, like, these headphones are
No.
cheap. They're
See?
cheap, and I don't want to start a fight.
You know
I
what
don't
you could
wanna
do?
Start a fight.
See,
What?
that's
So
a
that-
real martial artist there for you, Byron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
don't use your skills unless someone's like actually attacking you. If he
But that's what
attacked me
he's
and
doing.
tried
He
to rip
looked
my
at you.
headphones
It's
off,
okay.
then I would murder him. But
Byron
if
has
he
no
just
fight
wanted my
skills.
headphones, I would just give them to him.
That's right. You heard it here. James H says he will murder Braun Strowman. I love it.
Over
That's the
What have I
headline.
done?
Crappy headphones.
What
That's the
have
headline.
I done?
Oh,
We will
someone-
tell the Universal
What have I done?
Champion that you've said that.
No,
and-
I'm sorry.
Somebody's gonna get a
Hashtag
text
it.
message saying you're gonna get these hands pretty soon. Oh,
I'm sending
Yeah.
Braun the link.
You just send him a message back that says you're going to get these feet, Braun. That's what you do.
He'll freaking catch him and flip me on my head.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. I've seen him flip
He
over
might.
an ambulance before. I think the worst slam you could take from Braun would be to be inside the ambulance when he slams the entire ambulance. I think that's
I
as
have an
bad as it gets.
ambulance slammed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, that would be bad news.
like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Well, James, we're proud of you, man. That's so super duper
Yeah, that
awesome that,
rules,
you
dude.
got to be in that commercial with those guys. It sounds like you're a wrestling fan too, so that had
Yeah, I
to
am.
be a dream come true for a youngster with 2 black belts to get in there. Hey, who's your favorite fighter? If you're a karate guy, who do you have like a favorite UFC guy or Bruce Lee or something? Or you got
Not
any
really.
fighters you like? No.
I mean, I like John Jones.
John Jones,
Jet Li.
he's one of the greatest of all time.
Mhm.
Jet Li is yours, Meef? I was always a Jackie
I love
Chan
Jet Li.
guy.
Me, that was-
Donnie Yen as well.
Me, if
I'm
that
a-
was really
I'm a
cool, that
Bruce Lee
question wasn't
guy.
even directed towards you. And you
I'm a
answered
Bruce
it
Lee
anyway.
guy, but I'm not a Sonny. I'm also a Sonny Chiba guy.
Be water.
Be like water, my friend. Yes,
Who says be like water?
Bruce Lee.
That's what I thought. But I thought, never mind.
Well, if you get a chance, James, I think you should watch The Last Dragon. I think would be a good one to start with. And then when you're done with that, move on to some Sho Kosugi ninja films. Because if you're doing karate, that's a Japanese kind of ninjutsu movie that, you know. And if me and Casey ever make our ninja movie, we'll give you a call.
Oh yes.
All right.
Thanks for
I'll
joining
be
us
waiting.
today.
Thank
Appreciate
you
ya.
for having me.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
James.
for coming.
Okay, James.
Thank you for having me so much.
All right, Byron, kick the kid
I
out,
enjoyed
man.
being on the- Wow.
He's still talking.
We're mean. I'm sorry. No, we just
He can still see us. Bye, James.
hey, check you later, man. Thank you for
Later,
stopping by.
James.
Appreciate it. That is pretty awesome, man. I wish I had some opportunities like that when I was a kid. That'd be sweet
So,
to be in
so
a
Justin,
commercial with
so
some of
jealous.
you guys.
we got to start writing this Kid Ninja movie. Okay.
We really should.
First
We
of
really
all,
should.
it'd have to be called Kid Hero for Meef up there. because he's not allowed
Good reference.
to say the word ninja in his country. It's really weird, James. I know you can hear me. Also, when they had G.I. Joe cartoons, they couldn't call Sergeant Slaughter Sergeant Slaughter. They had to call him Sergeant Slammer.
That's what we're calling Meef now, right? That's our
Yeah, that is
Predator
Meef's new name, Sergeant Slammer.
It's weakness like that.
Wow, Meef just rolls backwards and pulls back with the Sonny Chiba.
I could do
That's
that.
good.
I don't want to.
Yeah, me too. Let me just wait. There's nothing back there. There's nothing behind curtain number 1, guys.
It's
He
okay.
has
Meef.
all these dead media DVDs as if we're not in the new age of
I
digital.
met Sonny Chiba in person, Meef. I'll be sure to tweet it when this episode drops.
Wait, you've met Terry Funk and Sonny Chiba?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like you very much anymore.
And Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes.
Byron!
Michael Barrymore.
What's up?
Byron, do you have the Wall of Shame? That's what I'm calling our list now. It's the Wall of Shame. Do you have the Wall of Shame handy?
Okay, I've got my own
Let's say
personal.
I have it and it's not handy.
I have my
Okay.
I have my own personal
right.
wall of shame that I'd like to start us off with, if that's okay with you.
Hold on one sec. Here's what we're going to do. I want to hear Denise's lovely, lovely voice. Hey, speaking of lovely, there's my girl, Kofi. What's going on? I want to hear from Denise because I want to know what else is happening on the Lucha Central Podcast Network this week. And then I want to come back and we're going to talk Wall of Shame. Take it away, Denise.
Hey everyone, it's Denise Salcedo here in Lucha Central with a look at all of the great shows available this week on the Lucha Central Podcast Network. Monday, it's the return of the Business of the Business podcast, and Mass Republic President Kevin Kleinrock sits down with groundbreaking wrestler and merch game changer Colt Cabana to talk about how he's consistently reinventing his own merchandising game, helping found the #1 disruptor in pro wrestling merch history, Pro Wrestling Tees, and much more. Tuesday, it's Mass, Mats, and Mayhem, the show that brings you back into and behind the scenes of Lucha Underground. This week, the show tackles the epic Season 1 ladder match and more. Also, on Tuesday, Wrestle Boss with Fabi Chulo, live, covering pro wrestling and MMA from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific. This week's guests include Brujeria bassist and wrestling commentator Pat Hood, aka Larry Rivera, and UFC fighter Gustavo Lopez. Head to luchacentral.com to listen live or download it Wednesday across podcast platforms. Wednesday nights live on Facebook, it's Spanish show La Mesa de los Márgaros, giving you both the news and the chisme from around the lucha world. This week, CMLL photographer Alexis Salazar will be stopping by to talk Lucha Dynasties, the media, and more. Thursdays, it's Straight Out of the Bodega with Papo Esco. First, if you missed last week's interview with AEW star Jungle Boy Jack Perry, you owe it to yourself to go back and listen to it now. This week, the Lucha homies pull up to the podcast to talk Lucha Libre training, Wrestling Society X, Lucha Underground, and more. On Friday, it's your double dose of Lucha Central weekly podcast. One in English y el otro en español. This week, both shows dive into the question of if Vince McMahon's comparing of Angel Garza to Eddie Guerrero is going to be a good or a bad thing. The empty arena lucha shows that have taken place in the last week and more. Be sure to subscribe and follow all of your favorite Lucha Central Network series on your favorite podcast platforms. And please be sure to give a rating and review to help more fans find the shows that you love. For now, this is Denise Salcedo signing off from Lucha Central. Have a great week.
Speaking of feedback, I got some feedback from a friend of mine who just started watching the Meef. That's fine.
Yeah.
Who just
For Casey.
I'll just never mind. Let's just move on.
Go, no, please. I want to hear this. I think I really want to hear this.
So our friend had some comments. Said,
Friend.
why don't y'all?
Football friend.
My friend.
Is Byron getting frustrated, guys?
Oh, friend.
I think he's been frustrated for quite a while.
You need some relaxation techniques, Byron. Just some woosah.
Be like water.
Be water.
Why don't we all let Meatloaf talk? I'm sure he's got something to say.
Why don't we let Meatloaf talk?
Because he's an idiot.
Hey, wait, is that the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones in it? When she was like 20 and super duper hot?
No.
This is the original, the Harryhausen shit.
The Harryhausen.
This is the best shit.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know how we play games on the PlayStation at the same time? Can we watch? We can watch movies at the same time, right?
No, we can't. No.
Not with you, Byron.
Not with you, Byron.
It does. That's pirating, dude. Of course you can't.
Okay. So for those who are listening, I just made the show a lot better for myself.
Wow. You just cut out Meatloaf and Casey like that? That's amazing.
It's an executive producer decision.
Wow.
But I'm going to pop you back in the corner. There you are. I lost Casey.
Did he just leave completely when you did that?
Yeah.
Wow. You better invite Casey back to the show. We have to do the list.
Well done, Byron.
Fuck. He has the list.
No, you were supposed to have it. Why does he have it? I got to add some names to this thing, and then we got to talk about Lucha Underground.
I'll start the list. Brit Wrestling. Just that. Just
We're
British
adding
wrestling.
Brit Wrestling to the Wall of Shame. All right, Wall of Shame. Here it goes.
Hold on.
It has its own section.
Breaking news.
So adding to the Wall of Shame, we've added Brit Wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. Why are we adding Brit Wrestling, Meatloaf?
I mean, where do you begin?
Are we allowed to talk about it because of
Legally, no.
Well, I'll say this. I don't want to get into too many specifics, and I don't think this is the forum for pronouncing certain things that haven't happened to us. But I would say that if you read Twitter these days, there is certainly another culture that is waking up to a lot of the things that go on behind the scenes in wrestling that are maybe not so cool.
Could I read a response to it while I'll get it
Sure,
ready.
go ahead.
Okay, I'll get it ready. Continue. Please.
I was gonna say, if anybody is ever at any show and there's a problem and you see one of our beautiful little faces, feel free to come and see us. I'll have my missus with me probably, so you can sit with her. She'll look after you, and I'll brick someone in.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
seriously.
and look, these things are scary, especially when you feel like you don't have support, and you're being harassed in any fashion or dealt with inappropriately in any fashion. And wrestling for a long, long time has been very much kind of an old boys club, and things get unnoticed and go fly under the radar. But I think that is going to change. And I think that it is changing. And I think that there are people out there that you can feel safe talking to and expressing yourself to if you need to.
And I want to say one of those people is the great Faye Jackson, who put it very, very well. And I'm quoting here, so don't get mad at me for saying this, even though I wholeheartedly agree with every single thing she's saying. A lot of these men in wrestling are a bunch of prima donna bitches that never got pussy until they started wrestling. They don't know how to act. Fuck them. And if you're offended by this post, that's because I'm talking about you. I said what I said. Thank you, Faye, for summing it up perfectly.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm certainly not offended because I'm laughing because that is spot on, as they say across the pond. Spot on.
Yeah, but I mean, it applies to the United States also.
To the whole industry. I mean,
well, yeah.
In general,
It's not just this industry.
Yeah, culture in general is undergoing a giant sea change, I believe. Actually, I heard that phrase recently that made me think of the Beck album, and I got depressed for 3 days. But you guys aren't going to laugh at that?
No.
Okay.
Why would you laugh, Byron?
Because the Beck album
there a show?
change is super depressing, but really good. So you listen to it, but then you just get sad, but then you still want to listen to it, and you get more.
When I
Is
listen
that Metallica?
When I listen to Beck, it brings me joy.
I mean, Byron, I get what you're saying, but you've done stand-up comedy before, right? You do understand that a punchline is supposed to make you think and laugh.
He has the devil's haircut in his mind. That's
does.
hilarious.
All right.
I thought you said he listened to the Black album.
So
I think his name is Deborah.
It's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's interesting because
thank you. At least you're clarifying it the right way now. It's not
funny, haha. It's funny, weird.
That's the standard Jericho transition. It's funny, and then he starts talking about something else I wanted to do.
I can't wait to talk to you about this, but first, let's talk about lucha-mass.com.
But I was talking to some friends in the stand-up community, and that's when the whole Chris D'Elia thing started going down. And then, it's not just him that is doing creepy shit.
But it's interesting that he's played pedophiles 2 to 3 times on different shit.
Fair, though, when he was what is it, Bieber Lover 69 on Workaholics, he was a pretty cool pedophile, but not so cool on you.
Little bros before big bros.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Edit this one out of the show.
He said he used to hate when people would yell that at him, and now they're going to do it all the time.
They should, and he deserves it.
Well,
it's like
if he's not present.
He's like, he wasn't doing stuff by himself. Like, he was doing stuff
with his friends.
Yeah. That's the thing. And you might even just have some women in the industry, both industries, who aren't victims, who are just there around all these creepy guys who are supported. And that's also super shitty. Like, it sucks because you have these bad guys and all these not bad guys who don't do anything about it. And,
all right. So I'm adding Brit Wrestling, pedos and pervs. All of them are going on the wall of shame. Byron, did you have somebody else you wanted to add to the wall of shame?
Kevin Kleinrock, I would like to add you.
He just got off of it. Why is he on the wall of shame, Casey?
Oh, because you don't get off the list when it's my list. I don't remember. I felt slighted. Oh, because no one sent me any masks for my face.
Okay. Kevin Kleinrock's on there. I'm taking myself off the list because I was supposed to have James H. on this show a long time ago to talk about that commercial, but we had him on now, so I'm taking myself off the list, which means JoJo Feeney is still at the top of the list.
He was talking about the Manscaping sponsorship today as well on the Conan show.
That's not cool. Shit. That's not cool.
It's JoJo. Everything bad that has ever happened to us, I now believe, is probably JoJo.
I remember why I'm really mad at Kevin now, Justin.
Oh, why are you really mad at Kevin?
He saw that I was selling a shirt, and he liked it with the Mass Republic account, but he did not retweet that from Mass Republic.
Well,
he did not retweet.
There is a reason for that, though.
I don't care.
I like this.
Whatever you do, if you buy Casey's shirt, don't look at any other part of Teespring other than our own store.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the one I've got to add. Let me find this guy's name because I want to make sure I do this right. I'm adding Jeffrey Briggs. No, Jeffrey Briggs to the wall of shame. And I'm putting him right up here next to JoJo.
Oh, yeah.
Is he related to Jax Briggs from Mortal Kombat?
No, Briggs, like throw you in the brig.
Yeah, Jax Briggs he's got the metal arms.
No. Yeah. So this guy, you'll love this. On June 8th, 2020 of this year.
11 days ago at the time of this recording.
He filed for a trademark claim for the name Lucha Underground Wrestling.
Dude, why didn't we think of that?
Wrestling. He's added wrestling to the end of it. This was brought to my attention, and we were just like, wait a minute. So these are all public documents, by the way. And the guy's email address is on there. So I sent him an email, and I said to the guy, I'll read you the email that I said, because this is ridiculous. Because I'm thinking to myself, who is delusional enough to file for this claim? It's ridiculous. So
Justin, I'm going to stop you right there because I just registered the trademark for Lucha Underground Lucha Libre.
Okay, that's different. I am registering Lucha Underground Fighting Club, as in LUFC.
For Lucha Underground Hero.
So I sent him a letter. I said, Dear Jeffrey, we do a podcast about Lucha Underground on the Lucha Central Podcast Network. Cheap plug. We're reaching out to ask you for comment on why you have filed for a trademark for Lucha Underground Wrestling. We plan to cover this on a future episode, and I would like to give you fair opportunity to comment. Curious to know what your plans might be for use of the aforementioned named. We would be interested to hear your thoughts on why you chose to trademark this, how you went about it, and the process and the results that you are hoping for. Thank you for your time, and then signed it. We got a response, believe it or not.
Whoa. Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I figured, we'll just talk about it. We'll get a laugh out of it. But
was it Dorian? Was it really Dorian this whole time?
No, it was not. It was not really Dorian. So
was it Eric Van Wagenen?
No, it wasn't.
Man.
First of all, Jeffrey did not respond to me at all. So Jeffrey is definitely still on the list. But adding to the list, I'm going to put his compatriot here, this guy, whose name is J.T. Wilcoxon. And if anything ever sounded like a not real name, that's up there.
I've heard Wilson. I've heard
Wilcoxon.
Wilcoxon.
No, Wilcoxson. VP in parentheses.
Wait. You wouldn't need the S after the X to say Wilcoxon.
Right. But he did. Which is why it's completely a kayfabe name. It's not. This is not real.
If Jeffrey did respond.
It's better than it's better than my kayfabe names. I probably would have Hefty Boner or something like that.
So this guy says, my name is JT Wilcoxon, VP, to Mr. Briggs of WZW and Lucha Underground. That's what it says in parentheses, WZW and Lucha Underground. We appreciate your interest in being longtime fans of Lucha Underground Wrestling. At this time, Mr. Briggs, a longtime fan of LU, has been in talks with the former owners in hopes to fully purchase the brand and resurrect it to its days of glory. In parentheses, days of glory. Why is that? Is that a joke? That were glory days. Anyway, due to the COVID process, has been slow. I'm reading it the way he wrote it. I'm literate. He's not. Due to the COVID, the process has been slowed down, but still moving forward. We are not publicly announcing the new LU till we finalize the deal for the archives and the state's return to close to normal. Hopefully I answered your questions and concerns. Rest assured, we are in talks with bring back a lot of unsigned Lucha Underground roster as well as new talent looking to take LU to greater heights. Heights spelled H-I-G-H-T. You can contact me for any other questions.
Justin? What kind of sounds like bullshit?
I mean,
smells like it too.
Okay, let's I got to run through what the scenarios could possibly be here. Okay. There is a world in which Dorian and his associates at the Lucha Libre FMV LLC could possibly want to sell Lucha Underground to an interested party for a big fat pile of cash. He probably doesn't necessarily need it. I don't know that he would sell all of the IP, but maybe the name and some of the overall IP.
At this point, isn't it kind of like free money anyway? Like no one's doing anything with it.
Right. And if Dorian wants to bring Lucha Libre back to the States, he can just bring it back under one of the AAA banners, honestly, or something else.
Yeah, especially with El Rey just playing straight up AAA shows whenever they want now.
Right. So if some money mark was out there who wanted to really, throw down a couple $1 million and put it into Dorian and his shareholders' pockets for the rights, that could be possible.
Honestly, though, I think people with a couple $1 million use Grammarly on their emails.
Yeah. So realistically, is that the case? Most likely not. And I'm sure we can find out if there's been anyone that has legitimately approached him. But the other case scenario could be that this guy thinks he's talking to whoever owns Lucha Underground and he's being totally had, which would be just wunderbar. If somebody did that, I would just lose my mind. That would be hilarious.
I think it would be fucked up. I would be kind of pissed off, actually.
That somebody was blanketly trying to sell the IP of Lucha Underground to some poor mark in wherever.
I mean, it's a good idea. It's a cracking idea.
It's true.
It's true. It's easy money.
You've been watching too many Guy Ritchie movies.
Dude, I've been watching the shit out of Ozark, man. It seems like a pretty good idea to me too.
Well, maybe it is some kind of money laundering scheme. But most likely this guy is just delusional. The trademark will probably get completely denied. What is WZW? Does anybody know? I didn't look that up. What's WZW?
It's World Championship Wrestling.
All right.
Williamsburg.
Anyway, I don't know. The whole thing just came out of left field. I think it's very interesting. We'll keep track of it and see if anything becomes of it. But just know, people out there, if you're gonna find a file, some type of IP trademark, we'll probably see it at some point. I mean, we saw all the ones that Dorian filed. We found out Lucha Underground names of characters months before they happened because we saw the ones that Lucha Underground filed.
Hey, Justin, who the fuck's Piston Paw Jack?
Well, we don't know that yet. Maybe we'll get DJ on here to find out.
We'll find out one day.
He won't tell me. I've asked him or Chris Roach on the show before, and they wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, but that was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay,
maybe they've changed.
We do have to talk about a quick episode of Lucha Underground. A ladder match episode.
I feel like this podcast so far is a bladder match.
We got Querner.
Who?
We got our Querner fix. All right. Just remember.
I don't remember that at all.
It happened.
We did. It happened.
I wanna immediately, because people are expecting me to be really excited about this episode, probably, I gotta tell you, this isn't the good Pentagon promo. It's the first one. They do this again better.
Yes. And it's funny because I was telling Byron, like, I don't remember seeing this episode, but it's got the Pentagon promo, and I know I've seen the Pentagon promo. But guess what? I literally had never seen this episode before this week. It wasn't this Pentagon promo I was thinking of. It was the other one. So somehow I have literally never seen this promo. But anyway, let's talk about
Easter egg for you.
I definitely had seen both promos because I almost sent one to Byron by accident to send a Vanilla Ice, and then I sent the real good one so that he could send the better one.
This is the arm break promo. This is where Skip made Pentagon famous by coming up with the original arm break idea, because Skip came up with it while they were filming this. And then the second one is what I call the Skeleton Ninja promo.
Which he still breaks the arms, but then he arranges the bodies in the shape of a pentagon on the floor.
And that one is super dope, and it's even more cinematic.
It's all the same footage mostly. I mean, it's clearly the same shoot, but it's just arranged better.
Yeah, and it's color treated differently too. It looks a little bit better. It's a little spicier. But anyway, so Lucha Underground Season 1, Episode 7, Top of the Ladder. First of all, the most important thing to notice about this episode, and I believe the next episode, is that, yes, Machete is in the audience. And
are we sure that wasn't Omar?
No, that was definitely that was the real Machete. Danny Trejo, not Mil Machetes.
They were probably both there.
They were. I believe they were.
Yeah.
Which means we've seen them in the same place at the same time.
They are, in fact, not the same person.
He was wearing a mask, so it could have been someone else underneath it.
True. That's true. It could have been a bait and switch to make us think they were both there.
This is just like the Yellow Dog angle in WCW and the Midnight Rider angle and Red River Jack and I'm forgetting some.
Okay, but so the thing that Machete made me realize,
Charlie Brown from Out of Town, that's the one I forgot. That was the Boogie Woogie Man. Yeah.
Boogie Woogie. The thing that it made me think about that I hadn't thought about in a long time is that, unlike almost every wrestling promotion out there, there is no barrier at Lucha Underground. No. This is one of the unique things that I think people are just realizing. And by this point in the show, if you watch the first few episodes, there's no floor seats in a few spots. And then the ones that are there are way further back. There's also no mats on the floor that extend past the regular right around the ring area. So when guys were doing these long topes and dives and stuff, they were hitting concrete a lot of the time. But now
that got fixed real quick, though.
Yeah, now by this episode, you see that all the way down the heel entrance, the one that's on the ground level, there's pads going all the way back. But there's also seats that are a lot closer. There's a nice wide gap in the middle. So everyone started working their dive spots to that big area. instead of towards the stair side or towards the side hard camera side.
And then eventually we get padded stairs as well.
Yes, which still I do not believe are in this episode.
No, it's a ways down because it was closer to like the end of the season when that happened.
Yeah, so
after people were already rolling down the stairs, and then they're like, "This shit hurts."
Probably Marty the Moth rolled down the stairs one time. So, anyway, just seeing that people are sitting that close. I mean, you want to talk about being in the temple and feeling the action. It's really hard to describe for people when you're not there. But if you go to a wrestling show, and I've sat in the front row at plenty of them, maybe at an indie show, you're not going to have a barrier. And that's the only place that you're going to really kind of get this feel. But that's what's part of what's cool about Lucha Underground is it felt like one of those family indie shows where you're just there with a bunch of dudes that you know really well, because who else goes to indie shows but people you've seen at other wrestling shows? You're never going to, except for your first couple times, you go to an indie show, you're probably going to know like 40 or 50% of the people there after you've been to like 2 in your local region. But Lucha Underground,
to see Pentagon in a nightclub wrestling, and I was sat literally a foot. My knees were a foot away from the ring apron.
Well, I mean, at PWG, you could put your feet up on the ring apron from the front row. I mean, there's some of these places where, I mean, you want to talk about an intimate wrestling experience, but that's one of the things. Like for a national TV show, Lucha Underground was that kind of experience. Here you've got this famous actor sitting front and center, and dives are landing maybe 6 inches away from him through this whole episode, through the whole next episode. Danny Trejo has the action, and you see him. I'm pretty sure he high fives at least half of the roster in the course of these 2 episodes.
That's how you can tell he's down too, because he was in the front, and then like when they started doing other celebrity guests, they're all sitting like 3 rows back and up in like that little fenced area where they're all safe and shit.
Well, yeah, they gave them choices.
Machete didn't need that.
And Trejo would have sold it if he got hit. He would have sold it.
Absolutely.
Now,
it's number one rule.
Didn't Fluffy sit in the front row, or did he sit a row back? I think Fluffy sat in the front row too.
Front row, yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. But when they started getting like the From Dusk Till Dawn guys, David Arquette, WCW World Heavyweight Champion,
he hit up in the back, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Vanilla Ice even kind of hit up in the stand somewhere. But I'll give him credit. He went to the ring. I don't think anybody else ever went to the ring.
Nah, dude.
That wasn't on TV though. Anyway.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if I saw that, and I didn't.
No, it wasn't on TV. They didn't.
Because I gave Vanilla Ice.
Someone's got
I gave Vanilla Ice my ticket so that all of these other people can meet Vanilla Ice.
I mean, the only tape of that exists me is MGM cameras. They are super harsh about people's cell phone filming. You do not.
Oh yeah.
No. What I mean is in someone must have been rolling when he did that bit in the ring, so it exists.
Oh yeah, no, they rolled on all of it, but MGM has all that stuff. It's in their vault, and just like the Apprentice footage of Trump saying things that people would love to get their hands on, MGM will never release unreleased footage. They are
until I break in.
Mark Burnett,
Cuerno.
Mark Burnett could be in a fist fight with Donald Trump tomorrow, and he still would not release footage. That's just his thing, man. He just really firmly believes that like what doesn't go out there stays in the can. He's not going to release it. He's not going to let anyone break an NDA at MGM ever. It's just his deal, which I get. I respect. I mean, it's an old school journalist kind of mentality of, if it's not part of the story, you don't make it the story. If it's off the record, it stays off the record, whether you like it or not. You got to find a way to get the guy on the record. That's just that's the old school rules, man. And Burnett still plays by him.
And he can still make a show with them after he gets out of the White House to make twice as much money.
Maybe. I don't think he ever would though, because it wasn't part of the contract and wasn't part of the agreement. Now, if it was just his thing to do something with and it wasn't a commissioned show, maybe he would. Anyway, back to this episode of Lucha Underground, which I really dug. I know Casey wasn't as big on the last episode 6, The Key, but I actually really liked The Key. I don't know. Am I crazy?
Low standards.
Maybe.
I hold Lucha Libre the highest standard. No, that never happened, dickface. And this episode,
Cuerno and Superfly is what I want to talk about too, because Superfly was another performer that I was really excited to see him come in. And this is the stuff that was making me feel like, oh yeah, this really is Lucha Libre north of the border. So I was very happy about Superfly Cuerno, but this match is super short, man. I felt shortchanged.
I gotta say, Superfly got sold really short in Lucha Underground, just like in general all the time. And I gotta tell our
lost
audience,
his mask by now?
yeah, well, in real life, yeah,
Yeah.
in Mexico, yeah, and so he had an amazing match and feud with Super Calo, in which he took Super Calo's mask.
Yeah, Battle Puestas series is huge. And they reference it here too.
Out. Yeah, and which is weird because then he loses his fucking mask that he already lost in Mexico later this season. It's like, pay attention to history. Pay attention to history. You know
I feel like that's got to be what it was. I feel like it was DJ saying we need somebody to lose a mask so people understand this. And Dorian was probably like, oh well, you can have Superfly do it again, but you can't have any of my regular guys.
Man, I would have held out for Super Calo. That would have been because, dude, he was the shit in WCW with his fucking sunglasses mask.
I will state that we finally have named Cuerno's dive as the arrow from the depths of hell. This is the first time, I believe. Vamp finally names it. So we've seen it like 3 or 4 times already, and it just now gets named.
The best suicide dive in the business.
Did you guys ever have the Nerf bow and arrow as a kid?
I did, yeah.
Thing was pretty dope. I don't know why the pose always reminds me of it, but yeah, instead of a real bow and arrow, which I've also fired.
Right, that's not the way you do it. It's a pull and drop thing.
I still have a scar on my leg from the Nerf bow and arrow, not because I got shot with the arrow, but because we were going down around this corner, laying down on a skateboard and shooting the bow and arrow at each other for points, and I slid off of the skateboard and got road rash in my leg, and I still have a scar.
Wow.
Cool story, bro.
We talked about the Pentagon package. For those who don't know, Skip Chasen, it was revealed on this show years ago by EV Dub and DJ that Skip Chasen was the guy who came up with the arm break gimmick for Pentagon. Because I think we gave DJ credit for it. And DJ was like, no, I didn't do that. That was Skip's thing during the vignette. And then we just took it to the ring because we wanted to extend that. So, I mean, Skip Chasen deserves a lot of credit for just this arm break moment and thinking that was a cool thing to do.
I just give DJ credit for the bullshit finish to Ultima Luchados.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, DJ. I love you.
I love DJ on Twitter right now. He's the most entertaining thing.
Dude, I love DJ all the time. He's a good dude, and he
don't like Byron.
And look, he's the one person out there who has correctly, well, one of 2 people out there who has correctly blocked Byron on Twitter.
He's blocked on my other accounts.
What, Byron?
I'm not blocked on my other accounts. I can still read his stuff.
You know what, Justin? It's 3 because one Mr. Terry Jean Bolea has also blocked Byron.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's good.
It's because he was banging Linda when you buy him.
It's good now.
Yeah, it's good now. But back when he was like everyone's hero and following everyone and liking their posts. Anyway, yeah, this is not the best version of this vignette, but it is still pretty cool. Pentas getting time here.
If we never saw the other vignette, we would think this is the greatest thing in the world. But since we did, we're just kind of
correct. Chavo versus Phoenix. Did Chavo legit hurt his leg in this?
Dude, it's Chavo, man. He's got all kinds of strategies and stuff. I don't know.
Well, it's weird because I just listened to the Sonny Kiss episode, and we're talking about when Chavo got hurt at the WrestleMania Impact versus Lucha Underground thing.
Right.
You know,
I feel like he was a face when he blew his knee out.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was way later.
I'll tell you what, you can tell the man's had some leg injuries before because the way he's selling it in this match looks super real. Like, I don't even know that anybody's that good of an actor, but he is limping on it pretty quickly here.
Knee injuries suck.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so what do you...
That time I put Byron in the figure 4 to teach him a lesson, you know?
Has Penta won a match yet at all?
No.
We're not going to talk about that.
Has Penta won a match yet at all? He gets his package, and then Chavo beats him with the heel 5-star splash.
It's okay. You know what? It never happened because you know what? This is an alternate universe that doesn't count. We've already just because okay, we had Mariachi Loco and Lil Cholo on the show, and they died on that show. So that means Lucha Underground, none of it counts, none of it's real. Pentagon never lost.
Don't tell that to Marty the Moth because it's his championship, man. He doesn't want to have that history erased.
Oh, who'd he steal that championship from? Justin?
That's why I brought it up. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was interesting choice to actually have Chavo win this match with the frog splash. I don't know that I would have done that.
Oh, honestly, if you're gonna have Chavo win, I would have him do the frog splash because the frog splash rules, dude. Greatest move. Yep. Tribute to Eddie. Tribute to Art Bar. Tribute to not Rob Van Dam. It was not a 5-star frog splash.
Oh God, don't even start that.
Can we add Matthew Stryker to the list, please?
5-star frog splash. Sexy cuts a promo.
Ugh.
Yeah, see, and here's the thing. We were hyping this episode up last week like this was super good.
I know.
But
I didn't. I said to you when you said about it, I went, oh, no, it's not a great episode. You were like, no, it's amazing. And I was like, no, it's not a good episode.
Well, it's got some issues. Like, the Superfly thing being cut short. Penta loses. And then you have this sexy promo where everyone popped, but she murdered Blue Demon's name. Like, you couldn't even hear it to the point where they had to reiterate it in a pickup on commentary. Like, it wasn't even the promo wasn't even done well in Spanish. That's my problem with this one. I mean, she clearly said pendejo and got a pop, and that was, I guess, enough. Yay.
You're talking about two of my least favorite wrestlers talking about each other. This segment was fast forwarded. I didn't even watch this segment.
Well, then the next thing also, at the time when I saw it, I will say I wasn't pleased about this next thing, which is the Brian Cage package. Though I know Byron is a big fan of Brian Cage package, I was watching this and thinking, why are they bringing in Cage? Like, at this point in time, I didn't get it. And maybe that's because I'm stupid. But
I was watching it thinking that package was so good that they should base toys on it.
I thought it was great. And I think that's what AEW is doing now, where they're bringing him in, they build him up, and he gets a title shot right away. And then,
dude, it's not cool yet because he hasn't ripped the shitty belt in half.
Yeah,
yet.
Like, when are they going to start calling him the breaker of belts, the breaker of chains, or something?
Yeah, no,
for me,
it's super hot, and they do a great thing. And what it does is it helps get Puma over. I mean, that's what he's coming in to do. And I remember when he came in, I thought he was invincible. I thought this guy is like, I thought he was, yeah.
I was a big fan of his before he came to Lucha Underground, so I was stoked. I was like fucking hyped from this package. Even though it made him look too nice and too much of a baby face for the character he became, I thought that was a little weird.
See, for me, I liked the kind of surprise. For me, at the beginning of Lucha Underground, there's far too much promo stuff saying, "Oh, look who we've got coming up." I would have much preferred to see him come out and murder people.
I mean,
it was a good package, but you know what I mean. I like the kind of surprise around people turning up. You know, I don't like the
established that you can't break a bottle over his head, or he gets even more mad at you. And
which rules and comes up in matches, and it is actually referred to. It becomes a part of the psychology of his character in this promotion. So that shit's important, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but Casey, to your point, like, he does end up much different because he was booked for just a short run against Puma like this, and then once it was done, he didn't have anything really to do.
Right.
Like,
and everyone's
he came in as the guy who was going to beat the hell out of Puma, and then that was over, and then he had nothing else for him.
But then, he did get to go on to a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, then they revamped
the tire match.
And he did a lot of really great stuff.
Tire match was amazing. He became Fisto. He became the official Fisto of Lucha Underground for a while.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which okay, I'll say it. Cuerno is the final Fisto. You're welcome.
No, he's not.
Oh, no he isn't, because they messed that up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little trade-off there.
I know.
All right, so the ladder match. The ladder match itself
Woo!
was really good.
Yeah,
I liked
this
the ladder
had
match.
some dope stuff in it that we have not seen since because other people probably watched it and said, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah. Which one was your favorite one? I think I liked the Johnny spot through the ladder on the outside with the ladder break. That was crazy.
I liked that, but the one with the springboardy stuff going on just looked like if they did that, they could do multiple takes if they wanted, but they didn't. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I would second guess myself and get so nervous that I would end up crotching myself on the ladder.
Right.
Ring ropes. Probably the ladder because
the ladder.
The ropes would probably suck more, though.
I don't know.
They're pretty tight ropes to be able to springboard off of them.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like a metal
spring.
cable to the twig and berries. You know what I
and
mean?
they kind of grab. You might slide with a ladder a little bit. But
Yeah,
not with the rope.
the rope might go right up the middle.
Mm.
Right down the middle, Daddy. His lips are turning
Tell
blue,
him,
Daddy.
Bill.
We better get him to a hospital.
You tell him, Bill. Byron's like, huh? Byron, did you ever watch ECW?
Yeah, all
Like-
the time. I would stay up and watch on public access.
To be fair, Byron does look a bit like Bill Alfonso.
No.
Maybe bigger.
I think he looks more like
Too
Joel
many
Berger.
teeth.
A little like Joel.
Well. Okay.
Byron Meatloaf, your thoughts on this crazy ladder match?
I thought it was great, but my name is really Sergeant Slammer.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you about in this one.
Yes.
B-boy.
B-boy with the bail run in. Wow, you want to talk about a crowd run in reveal that people just did not give two shits about. This is amazingly. This is the most silent introduction you will ever see in Lucha Underground. This was absolutely the worst possible introduction Lucha Underground could have done in any way, shape, or form at any point in the entire series. Nobody cared to the point where they don't even mention it next week.
You know,
He's just there, and they just act like he was supposed to be there. Like, this totally failed.
these guys are dicks, first of all, because they edit the show. They could have put a crazy pop in there, and they did not do that shit.
No, they let it stay just
Let it stay in there.
dead silent. And then the commentary is awkward, too. Like, that's a fan run-in or something.
Oh, and then he takes
Yeah.
off the mask, and then Matt Stryker's like, "Oh, I've seen him around because we did get him.
That's it.
Seen him murdered as a running guy already."
Yeah. And that's it. That's his whole introduction into being part of the crew.
Honestly, he's a big name in SoCal wrestling and
Huge.
Yeah, B-boy, big deal.
And he's dope as hell, too. And this is just like the biggest. I mean, I think they thought that maybe the fans there would recognize him, but I think part of the problem was most of where the indie fans were sitting in the bleachers, he had his back to him during the reveal.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. He wasn't revealing himself to the real fans. He was revealing himself to the fans that are just like casual fans.
The WWE guys.
Well, to the execs and the people from MGM who are probably all sitting in the bleachers on the hard camera side.
No, it sucks though because like I've been watching. Okay, so I subscribe to the High Spots Network along with Internet Wrestling TV, and High Spots Network has a like 8-hour long Best of Super Dragon comp, and a lot of the matches have B-boy in them, and they're really cool matches. And then I watched this, and I'm like, oh, they did B-boy dirty, man. And
We should get him on.
Yeah.
then they murder him.
He's never wrestled in England. He's never wrestled in England.
We should get him
I did
on.
say
wonder why.
I said I'm going to change it. I'm going to get him here.
Do you know
Meat,
why, Meef? Can he get a passport with a visa? There might be
Could be
reasons he
alright.
can't wrestle in England. Just
Because
saying.
he sort of.
No. He did say he wants to wrestle in Europe and stuff. So
Dude, you should tell him you'll book him, but only if he wrestles as the pirate.
All right. Well, that was this episode. I really liked that match. The
Dude, you
whole
know
ending
what?
still.
If he took his mask
Johnny gets
off,
his money, but it's all convoluted.
if he took his mask off and he was a pirate under there,
Yeah.
Pop would have been Road Warrior Pop.
Oh my god! Of course.
What's part of the pirate gimmick that you see?
Well, you wear an eye patch.
Yeah.
You say R.
Uh-huh.
I always
So
thought
how'd you get the crowd involved?
Oh, dude, you know how I would do it? Okay, personally, which isn't what they did with the gimmick, but I would do a thing where the pirate had a claw, like a hook, and then the other guy didn't want to lock up with him because it would hurt him. So, like, the whole first 25 to 30 minutes of the match would be the pirate trying to lock up with his claw hand and the other guy not wanting to touch him. 45 minutes if his opponent's Larry Zbyszko.
I get it.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. When Dario does not have the key, what is he doing with Matanza down there? I mean, he still feeds him, or is Matanza just going crazy? Because Mundo's had the key for a whole week now.
Well, you just put the food through the bars, man. That's all you got.
Yeah, the key's only for that gate.
Yeah, he's not gonna let him out anyway. So it's like, I don't know why.
But he's out of control. So he's just down there being like a rabid dog right now, then, right? Because Dario doesn't have the key, so he's just out of control.
Yeah, Dario.
I mean, you'd think like the key would almost pull Johnny down there to visit him or something weird.
Well, see, if he doesn't have the key, he can't throw defeated job guys in there for Matanza to fuck to death. Yeah. And that makes Matanza.
You mean like Rey Mysterio?
He can fit Rey Mysterio through the bars.
You're talking about jobbers, you mean? Yeah.
That's the canon.
I guess this universe doesn't exist because Rey Mysterio is only dead in this universe, I guess, right?
That's the canon ending for
left unattended.
Because you know what? They didn't tell us what happened to Rey Mysterio, so I'm writing it. And since we are the official Lucha Underground podcast, that is a canon ending. I want everyone to go on tvtropes.com and to put this entry under Word of God. Thank you.
Lucha-Masks.com by Pro Wrestling Revolution, bringing you, in partnership with Masked Republic, the Lucha Brothers, as well as Japanese legend Ultimo Dragon. Go to Lucha-Masks.com and fight Lucha Strong with masks from your favorite Lucha legends and Pro Wrestling Revolution luchadores. Stay safe in style and represent your favorite luchador. Get yours now at Lucha-Masks.com, powered by Pro Wrestling Revolution.
I'm a little angry, you guys. Last week, I went out of my way to put LuchaMasks.com, that's Lucha-Masks.com, over, hoping and praying that it would result in me getting a free mask. And, well, does it look like I'm wearing a mask now? Don't answer that.
What? Wow.
But I'm not wearing a mask right now, am I?
But are you practicing social distancing at least?
Yeah, because I'm about as far away from those guys that make the masks as possible because I don't have a mask. So I'm really distant. I feel like I'm so left out that I'm as socially distant as possible. I feel like I'm in Antarctica right now because my face is so cold because I don't have a mask to put over it.
Well, don't be a Casey. Just go to lucha-masks.com. Get yourself one. The new Taurus one came out. That one is nuts. That thing is insane. There's a Drago one. I think some of the other ones are on the way back. Ray Phoenix and Penta, I think, are coming back, right?
All I know is I don't have one to wear, but I do have a T-shirt to wear, Justin.
What T-shirt do you have?
Oh, it is a very special Casey shirt because, you know, earlier in our podcast, season 4, I was doing a lot of school stuff and I wasn't at the tapings. So these guys all got asked a lot, not me, Byron and Justin, where's Casey?
All the time. The most.
I got asked as well.
Even me in England, like they were like, "Where's?"
I got messages all the time.
So we made a shirt that said, "Where is Casey?" And it was the top seller in our show's history because the Jimskay shirt is banned from being sold ever again.
Oh, so that's a loophole.
That does not count. That's a win with an asterisk. So
have you seen the way the Jimskay shirt looks on certain people? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wear it and I look in the mirror. I have one.
I wasn't talking about you, but go ahead. Okay. Continue.
Well, anyway.
I get it.
So now I'm here. Like, Casey's here. So I took one of my favorite wrestling shirts, the Jado and Gato shirt. It says "Fu." Here's Jado and Gato, but now it's "Fu." Here's Casey. So it's on sale for you right now. If you go to Teespring, teespring.com/Bazooka Casey, you can have one yourself. And please do, because our sales are disappointing as fuck.
What? That just came out. It came out in the middle of us promoting a lot of other stuff.
I
But anyway,
I
yeah.
didn't buy anything else off of Teespring.
That's
So-
how long my trying not to swear this episode lasted, by the way.
That's all right. Hey, have you guys been watching New Japan? I haven't watched any yet.
Oh, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say fuck New Japan?
Why?
Oh, we'll get into it. Byron, you've also
No, get into it. Now's the time.
Yeah, so the New Japan Cup is going on right now. They've had a bunch of their tournaments delayed. Their whole year has been messed up because of what's been going on. So the New Japan Cup got reseeded with
basically
people-
no foreigners except
No
for
foreigners.
Real Kid and Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, but like they live there, right? How did Zach lives there, right? How did he get there?
I don't know. Maybe they don't care about travel from the UK. They just care about travel from everywhere else. But
There's no Osprey.
No, you don't want to be travel from the UK is banned in most places now. We
Okay,
gave
they must be
New
living
Zealand their first cases in ages.
well, because see, Gabriel Kidd was there and he was living there in the dojo, but all of the LA dojo guys aren't there. Like Carl Fredericks and shit they were supposed to be in the tournament and they're not. So I
Yeah.
don't know. But you got guys that like live in New Zealand, like Bad Luck Fale and Toa Hanare. They're not in the tournament. Kenta's not in the tournament because he lives in Florida because he wants his kids to go to school in the US and finish school here.
Yeah.
So they weren't able to bring him in. And so the whole thing got kind of reseeded, which is cool because Hiromu's in it now and he wasn't before.
Yeah.
But the booking is already a little bit bullshit. So me and Byron had a little friendly competition.
Yeah, we filled out our brackets. So
Yes.
should we go over all of the first round matchups?
Okay, yeah, for sure. I got him here in front of me.
I got them too, but you want to do them?
Okay, yeah. So first round, we got to see Togi Makabe versus young boy Yoda Tsuji.
Could go either way.
Yoda Tsuji's the future of the sport. If he was in any other promotion, he would be a top guy in Japan right now. But that's more saying how shitty the other promotions are than how good he is in New Japan. But dude's a hoss. But Togi Makabe isn't a young boy. So me and Byron both picked him in this match, and he won.
Yes.
You were right.
So, but it was an interesting match. First of all, Togi Makabe is a renowned daytime TV star, right?
Yeah, he's a
In
celebrity.
Does he sell cupcakes or something when he's not wearing
He
jeans?
does a lot of shows that are kind of like the Today Show.
Yeah.
Strutting around without pants.
Yeah,
And,
he has more pants. So it was a good match. Yoda really took it to him.
Yeah,
he was
there were a lot
aggressive.
of hope spots that really freaked me out that my bracket was going to get fucked
Yeah.
up. Okay, then I'm not doing this in the order that they were showing. I'm doing this in the order that's the bracket. So we had Tomohiro Ishii versus Desperado.
Desperado.
Desperado fucked his mask up. He cut the mouth off of it, and he paints his face like Pentagon now. Looks
Yeah,
like shit. Looks like shit on him. And it didn't get him a win over Ishii. I've seen a lot of people really praise this match. I wasn't that into it. I thought it was too long. But it was good, but it was like, all right. I would have gone like 2 stars or something,
I thought it was pretty good, but I mean, there's
Ishii
a
won.
standard of an Ishii match that all of his matches are great. So
Me and Byron both had Ishii winning, so we were both pretty happy. I mean, okay, next one we had Toru Yano against Jado.
I have a
You guys
problem with
like
this
the
match.
shit? 2 sneaky style dudes.
Yeah. So
Was your problem them working the crowd all the time when there was no crowd there?
no, I enjoyed that.
That
But
was fucking funny.
Jado had he had the bamboo stick, right? He had a weapon.
Mhm.
And then Yano gets the corner
pad.
cushion pillow thing,
Mhm.
as if they're the same like quality of weapon, as if they're gonna hurt the same.
It's okay because look, Jado, I stole his shirt design, so I should be a little nicer to him. Motherfucker ended Milano Collection AT's career. Fuck Giotto. Okay. And I had him as losing this match to Toru Yano, but they did have some good cheating spots involving Ishimori that made you think it might go the other way. There were some good false finishes here.
I like how Giotto looks like he could barely walk as well.
Yeah, that's what you get for injuring Milano, okay? Because he was one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived. So then, speaking of people that look like they can barely walk, we had Tomoaki Hanma versus Hiromu Takahashi, our boy. But this is a match between two guys with bad necks dropping each other on their necks as much as fucking possible. And yeah, it was a little cringy, but Hiromu won. It was a hard fought match.
Hanma took a DVD on the apron.
Yeah. Hanma.
There's no reason.
Hanma's going back to Big Japan crazy. You know, he let that off a little bit, but now he's like Big Japan Hanma crazy. Okay, so then that's day one. Me and Byron picked all the winners. We were good to go. I'm going to leave one for last on day two, okay? Because they've only done 2 days before.
Right.
Okay, so day two, we got to see Taiji Ishimori versus Gabriel Kidd.
That was a good one.
All of us only refer to as the guy that looks like Biff Busick / Oni Lorcan. Don't know shit about Gabriel Kidd other than he had an okay match with Ishimori and lost.
Ishimori has to do like they're all like doing a disco themed look, like new age laser tag type Bullet Club looks. Like they're doing War and the new what is it? Fuck, Bone Soldier mask. It's all space age stuff.
Don't you dare call him the Boner Soldier. Next we have Yoshinobu Kanemaru with his whiskey.
Yes.
Versus Yuya Uemura, the young boy who fucking rules. I love this guy. He makes the best mean faces. This guy is going to be one of the biggest heels in the business in like 5 years. I love this guy. Mark my words. He stays healthy. He is a top heel. He's going to be leading a faction, and it's going to be amazing.
You heard Casey say it right here.
But I didn't win this match at all because he's just a young lion now. I didn't think he was going to win. Byron didn't think he was going to win.
No.
Kanemaru advances.
I did notice that Kanemaru did the whiskey bottle spot. I love his presence. He always has this presence of like, I was drinking whiskey until this morning and now I'm here.
That might be a shoot. I don't know.
But he doesn't do the spray anymore, the whiskey mist. He
doesn't want to waste it, dude. He doesn't want to waste it. So this leads to a heel versus heel match between Ishimori and Kanemaru, two heel juniors. That's kind of cool. Okay, so then we got to see another match we're not going to talk about yet. And then we got to see Okada versus Gato. Okada finally getting his hands on Gato, who turned on him to join the Bullet Club.
Okada in the shorts, by the way.
This match fucking ruled because Gato was hilarious. He a lot of it was stealing William Regal brass knuckle spots, but like the good ones. And it was so fun. And Okada wanting to get his hands on him and beat the crap out of him. And then he didn't even beat him with the Rainmaker. He choked him out like the bitch that he is.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
Good times. And the reason I say Gato's a bitch is because he's booking this shit. And the match that I have a problem with. So far, me and Byron are 7-7, by the way.
Yeah. And it should be noted that last match was the main event of the show, but it wasn't like the main event style match. The main event style match was one before it, the one that we are about to talk about.
Okay, so we got shitty fucking Yuji Nagata, Blue Justice. I'm taking the blue light. I'm taking the blue light off right now because there's no Blue Justice around here, motherfucker.
Yuji Nagata is a legend.
Okay, first of all, we used to call him Luigi Nagata. Don't lie and say you didn't, because we did. And also, we made fun of the shitty little vest he used to wear to the ring.
I didn't like his figure 4, but that was WCW. They didn't do anything right.
So anyway, he was wrestling the great Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
On his birthday, Minoru Suzuki's birthday, who he shares with Sho Kosugi, who he shares with the great Lucio Fulci. A birthday for many great men. Many great men.
I just want to say my bracket that I posted on Twitter.
Byron had Suzuki going the whole way, by the way.
Suzuki wins. I even put it in like bold red type too. I felt very strong about it.
Now Casey's smart and realized New Japan would never make me happy.
Somebody just died at Meef's house.
My cat just burst. I put a big fucking barrier to stop him from getting in the room, causing mayhem, and he literally just launched himself through a curtain and wood and plastic.
This is good because it's delaying me from saying something that I really don't want to say. That
You have to say it, Casey. Just say it.
They had Nori Suzuki lose this match, and it was fucking bullshit. And let me tell you, it was a great match. It was 90% two dudes just smacking each other in the face, and I loved it. At least 3/4 of a chub, but then the finish came, and it shot all the way back in my body, all the way back.
Wow, that's tragic.
Yeah, so Nagata won with his Saito pin.
Nagata won, but he has to wrestle Okada next round, so I don't think he's gonna fuck my bracket up too much. He completely ruined Byron's.
Yeah.
But the potential for the upcoming shows is where bad things might happen.
Right.
So round 2 continues on round 1 continues on the 22nd. So the same day that our episode goes up, round 2 is going to happen. Watch us first because you can see if we're right. So, hello, Kitty. You have Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tai Chi. A lot of people think Tai Chi is going to win this one. I do not. I think Tanahashi advances. What do you think, Byron?
I mean, I think Tanahashi's the one to pick, but Tai Chi's he's been coming up, and also hasn't he kind of fucked with Tanahashi a little bit?
He has, but if Tanahashi and Ibushi both win this round, they have to face each other as tag champions, that's where I think they're going. Because Ibushi is facing Zack Sabre Jr. in the real final to the Cruiserweight Classic. And it's the first round of this tournament.
Wait, did you just say Zack Sabre Jr. and Classic in the same sentence? I dispute that claim.
They were in the tremendous Cruiserweight tournament for WWE.
And the only British wrestler that's not a sex pest. So, we also get Taguchi versus Sonata. I have Sonata winning. Byron has Sonata.
Chance.
Okay, Sonata is who most people think is going to win this New Japan Cup. I think taking the safe bet like that is the wrong way to go. So I pick someone else. I pick someone in the next match because we have Show. No, that is not who I fucking picked. From Roppongi, 3K, 2K, 3K, 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 3K. Roppongi, 3K, 3K, 3K. Doing weird shit in a hotel. I don't know the lyrics. He's facing Shingo Takagi, my winner of the tournament. That's who I think they're going to go with. That's who I would go with because Shingo rules and he deserves it.
I mean, it's definitely Sonata and Shingo are the two breakouts that could use and
the problem is they face each other in the second round if they both win their first round matches, which means they might absolutely destroy my bracket. Okay, so that's the 22nd. The 23rd, we're going to see Tenzan versus Yoshihashi. Come on, Yoshihashi win a match? No.
Yoshihashi's going to win that match because they're going to give him something. Unless he fucks it up, which he very well could. One of my favorite wrestling gifs is him trying to powerbomb someone and somehow flipping himself over the top rope.
Yeah. I have Tenzan winning because Yoshihashi is the worst wrestler in the whole world.
Wow.
I think Yoshihashi is only around so they have someone in Chaos to laugh at Okada so Ishii doesn't have to laugh.
I think it's to make Goto feel like less of a loser. So we have Yo from Roppongi 3K. Roppongi 3K. Don't want to get DMCA versus Bushi from Los Ingobernables
de Japón. This will be a good match. I think Yo's going to win.
This can go either way. I have Yo winning as well.
I mean, I don't think Bushi needs to win. I mean, Bushi in a junior tournament, I think, give him matches, but Yo, I think
kind of never wins unless it's a tag match. I'm just saying, he's kind of the Yoshihashi of the Ingobernables, except he doesn't suck. He rules.
He's just a guy there to, but he's still good.
That's fantastic masks. Fantastic masks.
Oh, his masks are amazing.
Yeah.
And we have Satoshi Kojima,
Red Club.
Ikuzo Bakayaro versus Evil, the Lisa Frank Undertaker. And I got to say, the Lisa Frank Undertaker wins this match.
Evil has to win. Evil is like the Goto of LIJ.
And speaking of Goto, he's in the next match against Yujiro Takahashi, Tokyo Pimps. I think Goto wins. I think Goto has an okay run until he runs into fucking Shingo. Shingo takes him out because Goto sucks, and even when he wins, his opponent gets more over than him. I
think Goto and Shingo though is a solid match, and that's going to be great.
Dope match. I wish that Shingo and Ishii were in the same bracket because I don't see Ishii getting that far in this tournament.
Oh yeah. Because those are the guys when I broke in, like they fight the style that I thought the Never Belt was supposed to be really signified. So you had them, you had Maccabi, and they would just slap and clothesline the hell out of each other till one of them fell.
I'm really not a fan of Maccabi. Okay, so my final four for the tournament is a little controversial because I have Hiromu in the final four. Him going up against Okada and Okada winning to face the winner of Sonata. The winner. Oh, fuck. I just jinxed myself. The winner of Shingo and Goto, my other two final four people. So I got Shingo versus Okada in the final, and I got Shingo taking the whole thing. Whoever it is, I think Okada's in the final, and the other person ends up winning the tournament because Okada won last year.
Oh, yeah.
And Okada not only won last year, he went on to win the title from Jay White last year. And I feel like whoever wins this is just a challenger for Naito to get another defense. Naito retains the title.
Naito has to have he needs to have his historic run. He got he's the champ, but then COVID came. No one's taking the belt off of him anytime soon.
And I got to say, this is the most in-depth analysis I've ever done on this show for Japanese wrestling. Don't just call me the Lucha Gringo. Call me Pro Res Gaijin, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Not Puro Gaijin.
My final four, I have Gaijin. I booked the tournament that I wanted.
Anime.
So I had Suzuki winning the whole thing because I wanted him to, but
I want him to also, but now it's definitely not going to happen.
But he's also like one of those borderline freelance guys. He's 52. Like they're not going to get behind to give him a run, and he's over enough without it.
On his birthday, Byron.
On his birthday. They still gave him a great match. I think he enjoyed the match. You could tell he had a smile on his face from the violence.
Honestly, if you look at my bracket the way I have it now, Kanemaru's the only Suzuki-gun member with a win. And he already really got the win, so we're not like projecting that.
Okay. But I also had a bit of the old guard. I had Ishii versus Suzuki or versus Okada. Now I would put in that bracket. I think Hiromu versus Okada would be a phenomenal match, and especially in a tournament, it's a great way to tease it. That way, you're not giving away the program between the two of them.
See, in the way I figure, they do Okada and Hiromu, right? And then Hiromu has such a good showing against Okada that Naito gives them that match, that non-title champion versus champion match they were supposed to have.
Yeah.
And then they can do that the night of the finals of the tournament, and then Naito has to wrestle the winner of the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot when you explained it. I wanted to pick Suzuki to win. I love all of his stance socks that he posts on Instagram.
Dude, those are expensive socks, bro. Those are like $20 a pair.
I have some, but I got them for free from West King. And then, so on the other side, like you had Shingo and Goto, Shingo beating Goto. Because why wouldn't someone beat Goto in a big match?
Yeah.
And I think Shingo and Suzuki would be phenomenal. I mean, there's a lot of guys that would be great against Suzuki. Sonata, they're grooming him in a way that I don't quite understand.
Oh, that's not a word you want to use.
Yeah, it's not used grooming.
All right. Well, they're okay.
Wow.
But we're in Japan right now. This hasn't
hit Japan yet? Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't reached Japan yet.
There's someone out there.
At the time of this recording.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I see that they're really pushing Sonata, and he's getting there, but he is basically doing a thing where he loses to Okada over and over and over again.
That's my
At some point, they're going to have to let him win They're going to have to put him in the, give him the ball and see what he can do with it.
Speaking of having people win and giving them the ball, Byron, you know why I want Suzuki to win so much?
Why?
He is already the All Japan champion. He is already the Noah champion. He will be the only person in history to hold the New Japan, Noah, and All Japan championships if he wins the New Japan championship.
I really hope. I thought when he went up against Okada, I thought he had a chance.
I'm sorry for audio listeners that are wondering why I'm just laughing. Meef has pulled over and put on camera every Japanese DVD that he owns, from Battle Royal to the Godzilla collection to Ninja Scroll to Zatoichi to what is Vampire Hunter D now.
So if you want to cancel Meatloaf for this casual racism.
Yeah, it is. I'd say pretty strong racism. He's like, oh, you're talking Japanese. I got Japanese here.
I didn't put any like my kung fu flicks on, did I?
Okay.
Well,
he did. I started bringing Chinese DVDs.
Yeah, that would have been really inappropriate. But he did it correctly. Those were all Japanese titles. Though I believe one of those Gamera movies might not have been.
All in all, I'm really happy to have the New Japan Cup and New Japan Wrestling back.
Yeah, dude, and
Meltzer got in trouble with.
You guys are getting me excited about it now. I feel like an idiot that I've missed this, but I have to. I can't log in at the same time as Byron because I'm using his account half the time.
Log in now.
Can't save that shit, bro.
Meltzer posted something about how it's a mistake to watch any wrestling after New Japan. Like, if you're going to program stuff, watch the other stuff. Watch New Japan last.
Can I put over another Japanese wrestling promotion really quick?
Sure.
Let me just finish and then go ahead because.
Go ahead, hurry up and finish, Byron.
Time.
We got 3 things left to cover.
I gotta piss so bad, Byron.
Yeah, I know. I also gotta make you wait as long as possible too. So, but I think the point was, it's just the style of wrestling is so hard hitting that it makes the other stuff. It looks faker after you watch New Japan.
It is faker after New Japan because they actually hit each other in New Japan.
If you're listening to this and you haven't visited luchacentral.com, it's time to do it. LuchaCentral.com is the online home for Lucha Libre, where you can get all of the top news in English and in Spanish. Find the best curated video content and original content not seen anywhere else. Find when Lucha Libre events would be happening in your area. Find photo galleries from top photographers covering Lucha Libre around the world. From weekly polls to annual awards. Seen and read by top executives in all of the major Lucha Libre promotions across the globe. And on top of that, it's free. LuchaCentral.com, your centralized place for all things Lucha Libre.
Well, guess what, motherfucker? I got something more real than New Japan. I got something harder hitting. I got something more realistic. And I got something equally Japanese, you see.
Meep is going to pull over his whole computer.
For those of you that missed it, Meef's just entirely destroyed
Meatloaf as his connected headset just destroyed everything in his room. That's really classic.
Okay,
wait, what's harder hitting, Case? Because there is a difference between fake, planned, and fake. Like, some wrestling might be planned, but that doesn't mean it's fake, man.
There is a great promotion called Battle Arts that does kind of like shoot style, but they still do pro wrestling stuff. Like if the guys feel like doing a dive or something, they'll fucking do it. Who gives a shit? UWF, you'd get fired if you tried that shit. So Battle Arts, great promotion, hard hitting, strong wrestlers.
If you're an
UWF style.
If you're an NXT fan, I really think that you should listen to Casey about this Battle Arts stuff because I feel you might see a bit of it coming up.
Yeah, so if you subscribe to Internet Wrestling TV, we are working on getting you a promo code to get you a discount for that as well. But Internet Wrestling TV is this great service. It has indies from all around the country on there. It has GCW shows. You can watch the first Bloodsport on there. I don't think you can watch the second one yet. But if you liked the Bloodsport shows, Battle Arts is very similar. They still have ring ropes, though. But it's that kind of style. For those of you that aren't familiar with the more Japanese extensions of this style, like the UWFI and things like that. But, dude, This stuff rules. It's probably my favorite kind of wrestling that doesn't involve a guy in like a Freddy mask stabbing someone in the head. Though they did cross over. They signed a deal with Battle Arts. They have about 4 or 5 shows right now on there. They also signed a deal with Freedoms, which is a great Japanese deathmatch promotion. They signed a deal with Big Japan to show stuff too. So it's like they're getting all my favorite promotions and they're putting them on this service, and I can't recommend it enough. That's called Internet Wrestling TV. It also has great stuff like Warhorse has his own show on there that's like great stuff because Warhorse rules ass. Cody fears Warhorse. And man, I can't recommend this service enough. I hope to get you a promo code soon, but don't wait for me to subscribe. You can get a free trial right now. You can check things out. And that's Internet Wrestling TV. I can't recommend it enough. Get the Battle Arts going. There's also a great Lucha Libre promotion on there called Zona 23. If you haven't heard of it, I'm doing the real
you'll enjoy it.
name. I know you're gonna make fun of me for it, but Zona 23. But it's wrestling, hardcore wrestling that takes place at a junkyard. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's more underground than Lucha Underground. It's like what Lucha Underground professed itself to be.
It's insane. Like I watched one of the shows with Casey during when COVID was really hitting hard, and I was concerned that all the people were going to get COVID. COVID is the least.
Was it the Aero Boy one?
Yes.
Aero Boy did the swanton onto a car windshield.
Yes.
It was him.
There
were female wrestlers. One of them is a really big deal. You were telling me they kick ass.
If you saw the girl getting power bombed through the car window and looking like she absolutely died, that's Zona 23 for the listeners that haven't seen it before. But she got up and finished the fucking match.
Zona 23 is what the NXT backlog.
Static Maiden doesn't fuck around.
Well, and this is a legit endorsement from Casey that we are not paid for. This is not a sponsorship, so you know that it's legit that he actually believes this.
Honestly, we're trying to work on it because I would love to give you a promo code that you can get a little discount on the network, but it's worth every penny. Like between Battle Arts and Zona 23, it is the way to go. And you also get Big Japan. You also get GCW. You also get the Bloodsport show that GCW put on. You get all of Chikara, all of it.
Ooh. Wow, that's probably worth it alone.
You get Spring Break.
You get Joey Janela's first Spring Break. Yes.
Okay.
And
I got to tell you, I had something big happen this week. The biggest thing that happened in my week was that Skip Chasen liked one of my pictures. And Casey, you're going to love this because I don't think you know this one yet. Guess which picture on my Instagram Skip Chasen went out of his way to like. Not recent. It's not a recent post. He liked a picture I posted of Monster cereals.
Yes.
He loved a picture I posted. That was it. Skip Chasen has liked maybe 2 other things I've posted ever. He comments on a few things, but he's not like really a social media guy.
Okay, you got
that was amazing.
Cereal bars. You've been holding out on me, your friend.
This is actually the last one I have.
The seed hookup.
Dude, hey, Meef, how about the fucking PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Hold it out.
I think he liked the seeds more.
The seeds were great, but I am enjoying Predator immensely. These guys talked about it forever before I had a PS4. Then they hooked me up to get me through COVID by sending me a PS4, and we've been playing the crap out of
us,
Predator.
including Big Dick Jim, who has not joined us for a while. But
yes, we're in Jim's defense. Jim is back at work, working from home, and is on the clock, so he can't really stop by when we're taping.
Yeah,
but maybe we'll get him in here for another one real soon because I know he's got some fun wrestling stuff to talk about.
And we only refer to him as Big Dick Jim, not just Jim.
I'm sure he'd love to talk to us about Spud.
The last thing today because he's looking after Maverick.
And speaking,
because Jim introduced me to Terry Funk. Okay?
Yes, you guys both.
So he is my favorite MMM show co-host.
I'm sure he is.
That's fair play.
I do want to mention NXT real quick because in my social media post on Twitter kind of confirmed what I thought, that, all these guys had to come to the ring and get themselves over in this big 10-minute face-to-face promo to work up the two big title pictures in NXT. And then really Cross gets himself over with like 5-second shot of his foot and the broken hourglass. Like,
hey, so
how amazing is that?
Who's this fake Brodus Clay that's wrestling him?
No, he's awesome, man. I forgot his name.
I feel like that whole match exists just for Cross to recreate the time that he dumped Falaba on his head in Impact.
Well, I don't know, because
like this guy as well.
Yeah, like I said a few weeks ago, like Cross and Keith Lee and Maverick Pro was off the chain. So I would love to see that. Who I don't really want to see Cross in a matchup with, at least not this soon, is Finn Balor.
Yeah, but
the
dude that he's wrestling though that called him out on Twitter. Who is this guy? What's his name?
Oh, his opponent for next week? I'm sure it's on
Jonah Rocks. Jonah Rocks?
Urban Heretic? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
I just keep calling him Urban. I don't know. I think it's interesting what they're doing though, of elevating him and giving him that Scarlet moment with Adam Cole last week, but now making you question whether or not that's what's happening, not announcing that he's getting a title shot of any kind, and maybe he's not. Who knows?
Well,
I think it's good booking because you don't know now.
Hey, pal.
The thing is with the toll, you always pay the toll.
Well,
don't know when.
That's true.
I like to get around paying things.
Yeah, but they're doing really good.
Oh, my Vince sucks right now. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not too into the whole double champ thing at NXT. I just don't know where they're going with that. But I do think they are taking a lot of their talents and putting them together in a position to succeed. Like
the best double champ of all time. And this is going to sound strange possibly because it's not one of the UFC champs. I don't think it was Conor McGregor. I think the best double champ gimmick that was ever done, in my opinion, to this day was still Chris Jericho.
D'Lo Brown.
I still think it was Chris Jericho. And the reason, right, but the reason why is the first time when he did it, it really helped catapult him into the category where all those other big names were at the time. You had Rock and Stone Cold and all these huge guys wrestling. Chris did need something extra to get him into that picture. I think that they saw that he could cut the promos, he could do the work, he could be credible in that top tier. But to really get him over in that top tier, that was a great way to do it, to have him unify the belts, especially being that he was a WCW guy, initially first.
Strike one, no chest protector. Strike two, never called himself the Eurocontinental champion. Step three, I don't even know anymore. Look,
I will say on step two, he had to do that because most Americans think that Europe is a country, not a continent.
It's not.
So I think he's actually trying to be educational.
My favorite thing was when he announced himself from different European countries every time he came to the ring. Like one time he was from Lisbon, Portugal. I remember that. I bet you guys remember that. And you're like, Casey knows everything.
Casey does know everything. It's frightening.
That's why you should say best double champ, D'Lo Brown. But the real answer is
the best triple champ.
Dragon had 8 belts.
Octo champ is That's one of my favorite Twitter follows, by the way. Ultimo Dragon with his belts.
But I'm
just a picture of him holding all the belts.
My thinking is just this, though. Like, if for some reason Cross is getting a ridiculous push, if you work him back into that picture and make him a double champ, you've instantly created a huge star. Like you're putting money in your pocket. I don't know that they'll do that, and maybe that is a bit extreme because it might piss off a lot of the boys.
Oh, but you know what? Cross is Vince proof because he's also a Haas. So this is good.
Look, he's got a lot going for him, realistically speaking. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn to say this. He's a big dude. He's a white dude. He's got the skills in the ring. He's getting over, and he's selling merch, and he's got a hot chick on his arm. It's really a recipe for success if Vince takes a liking to him. And you never know what's going on in NXT. Now, we hear that Vince is getting more involved down there. Maybe Vince showed up last week and was like, who's this Cross guy? Bury this kid. And took him right out of the title picture, which is why you saw all 4 of those other guys in the ring. Who knows? You never know. That could absolutely be the case. I don't think it is. But I can say that if they were for some reason to put both belts on him, that would be a tremendous way to really elevate a brand new guy and to create a new star for yourself that you could bank on later when they move him up to the big shows. I
don't think there's any way Vince doesn't see Cross and see dollar signs.
I agree. I just agree.
Cross.
My mom knows he's worth money.
Like he could go out there and cut the 20-minute segment setting up the show. You know, he could do the promos. He can interact with everyone.
Yeah, I think honestly, he's better than what they've got with Aleister Black or with Drew McIntyre, and Vince is still pushing those guys for all those same reasons.
And
you gotta get your mileage out of your people. You gotta, especially on the big shows with WWE, you gotta be able to get your segments and matches.
Honestly, for my money, Cross and Aleister Black is the match that I would want to see the most.
I don't think you'll ever see it. I'm still claiming that. Not for a long time. I think that they are viewed as being too similar, even though they're not.
I also think that they're working towards Cross Thatcher, and this is going to be a whole thing, and that will be the most Battle Arts style match that you could.
Yeah,
I hope so.
They both want that. So I still think Cross and Bronson Reed is going to be really good. Bronson Reed. Yeah, well, he's not picking up huge wins, but he's still delivering, and he's still a big tough.
He's not going to pick up a huge win here either, or any sort of win.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like it's going to be a good match.
He's a big dude to get dumped on his head.
They've got me watching, and they've got me watching with the Santos Escobar thing. Did I say it right? Did I actually say? Oh God, that felt dirty saying it. That just felt dirty.
Santos.
Can I just call him HDF still, please?
No, that's not his name.
What is it?
Did you call? Listen, Justin. Did you call Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay? Did you call Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Lou Alcindor?
All right.
Did you call Farouk Assad Ron Simmons?
Yes, that one I actually did. But anyway, so. The artist formerly known as HDF, who will now be known as Santos Escobar. I'm really interested in that too. And boy, that spot with that table did not look like it should have been the way that it was.
The table should have been long ways.
Those guys, his two cohorts should have pulled that table out a little further. They pulled it out a little.
I think that our friend Santos should never do anything with tables ever again. After that ladder off of The Office, the table in Lucha Underground, which was right in front of me, and was the most fucked up thing I've ever had happen at my feet. Okay,
that was horrible. The sound, the thud.
Yeah, that was gross.
You mean the one that did the back?
You needed back surgery.
Yes.
Needed a bacchiotomy.
And we could tell. When it happened. You know,
completed the match though.
He completed the match and wrestled a rematch right after it, the next taping.
Yeah.
And that, oof.
And then got shelved. But that episode will be coming up soon. So will lots of other fun things here on Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. We thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.